Will I need to become a bitch like you in order to be happy? Because this is not the kind of person I want to be. Ooh, the questions are getting interesting. I love it. Okay, first of all, let's explain what a bitch is. A bitch is a person, in most cases a woman, who knows what she wants and who is comfortable with what she wants and who uses common sense. Excuse me. And because we don't like people, especially women, who are comfortable with who they are and who know what they want, and, most importantly, that use common sense. The reason we don't like these women is because men have no idea how to handle a woman like this, how to even talk with a woman like this. So instead of asking questions, I'll just call her a bitch. And that way, I don't have to look in, I don't have to learn anything more to keep up with this woman. I can just continue playing the gorilla in the jungle, and I'll go for women that are not comfortable with themselves, women that don't know what they want, and women that do not use common sense. And that way I'll be happy. So that's what a bitch is. It's not a mean person. Anyone can be mean. The nicest people in the world can be mean. However, we don't call that mean. We call that, oh, she's having a bad day. Yes, but if someone tells you the truth about something when you're having a conversation, oh, she's a bitch. No, she's not a bitch. She's simply telling you the truth. Well, actually, she is a bitch because that's what a bitch is. Someone who tells the truth. Someone who says it like it is. Now, instead of focusing on becoming a bitch, I don't think I said this right. Instead of hating the bitches, how about you focus on starting to like you and starting to be comfortable with you and with your likes and dislikes. Like, it's okay to say no. It really is. Someone wants you to do something, just say no. They're going to call you a bitch, but you'll be happier. So what if they call you a bitch? And for men, it's going to take a longer time. This advice was for women. For men, it's going to take much, much longer because for thousands of years, we lived in the caves. Men went out, killed the pig, and brought it back. And a woman needed a man to survive. And men have not let go of that, of that program yet. And they simply don't know how to handle a woman that doesn't need them. We're going somewhere else right now. Let's do a little detour. There are a lot of these so-called New Age healers, men, that always have either sex or short relationships with some of their clients, which is really a no-no. But they do it. Why? Because they have a need to be needed. When the client comes to us, she's vulnerable and she's open and she's asking for help. That, for these men, is the biggest turn on. A woman that needs them. And this is why in our business there are a lot of men who screw their clients. It's not so much that they are sick. It is that this is the ultimate woman for them. Because she needs them. She has needs. So back to the question, will I need to become a bitch like you in order to be happy? You will be happy, not so much because you're a bitch, because you will like yourself and because you will be comfortable with yourself. And that's what's going to bring you happiness. And because other people are not comfortable with you being comfortable, they automatically label you a bitch, and that way they don't have to try and become comfortable as well. I mean, really, how often has a person walked up to someone and asked, "How did you become comfortable with you?" It's so easy to do, but no one ever does it. We simply say, "You're a bitch," and we walk away. So next time you feel like calling someone a bitch, go closer and ask them, "How did you manage liking yourself? And how did you manage to be comfortable with yourself and comfortable with what you like?" Ask that question. You have no idea what conversations can start from there. So you say, because this is not the kind of person you want to be. You don't have to if you don't want to. But what you're really saying is, I don't want to be a person that always says the truth and people dislike me. That's what you're really saying, because you're afraid you'll be left alone. Well, you kind of will be. But you'll meet other people that march to the same drum that you do. And then you'll have more to talk about. And your life will be more interesting. I remember in Istanbul once, this other teacher that was there, this shaman, very nice guy, he had fallen in love with this woman. And he kept talking about her. And one day I got sick of it and I said, "Look, she just wants this and this. Get over it." He got upset. We used to go out to lunch together every day. That day he went by himself. He didn't even say, "I'm going out to lunch," because he was angry at me. Comes back 2 hours later, and I'm surprised he was actually quite honest. He says, "I was talking to my guides because I was so angry at you, and I asked my guides, why is Eric such a bitch? And the reply I got was, he is a bitch of truth." So then he calmed down. So really, that's what a bitch is. Someone who says it like it is. And because we like our little lies, remember that song in the 80s, "Tell me lies, tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies." Because we like living in that balloon, as soon as someone tells us the truth, they burst the balloon. And we fall to the ground, usually face down. So, yes, honey. If you want to be happy, yes, you will need to like you. Again, I'm repeating this all the time, but it's important. You will need to like you will need to be comfortable with you, and you will use common sense, and with common sense comes the truth. The truth is simply common sense. It's nothing mysterious. There's absolutely nothing mysterious about the truth. Nothing deep and esoteric about the truth. It's simply common sense. So if you would like to go into common sense, first tell your soul. Say something like, "I am now ready to start expressing common sense." Or my common sense, if you like. And then your soul will give you the opportunities to go into this. And by the way, I am not a bitch. I am a super bitch.